Welcome back to your daily AI news, everybody. This is episode 24, where we work to demystify the latest advancements in artificial intelligence and explore how they're reshaping our world. The idea is to learn and have fun with us in the process. Please feel free to chat with us live regarding any comments or questions. And of course, you can always email us at yourdailyainews@gmail.com. I'm your host, Noah McDonough, and I'm happy to be here with you guys today. So for this show, episode 24, I've just got a few headlines that I'm going to run through and a couple of announcements, and we'll take it from there. Let's go ahead and share our screen. And there's episode 24. So we'll talk about those headlines, why they matter, and just kind of a general exploration of AI in tech. So let's go ahead and dive into our first headline here. AP News actually reports that the United Nations has passed a resolution to create a global dialogue on AI governance, along with a panel of about 40 independent experts. Think of it like a climate panel for AI. What this shows is that AI isn't just a Silicon Valley product anymore. It's being treated as a global system, and nations are starting to align on oversight. It's really a consistent pattern that I've been noticing, the differences in the way that guardrails and laws are being examined with AI in the United States versus Europe. I don't have a lot of experience with how China's actually handling it internally, but I know that that's also a concern and often raised in terms of, like, okay, well, if we put the brakes on, are we going to get surpassed? Kind of like an arms race. What's really interesting in digging in a little bit deeper, if you guys get the opportunity to look at that AP News report, and we'll put the links in the notes and also on the blog, is that it is not just a coincidence that it's similar to the climate panel. Actually, the climate panel and the nuclear arms panels are what this is modeled after in Europe. So all similar experts in the AI world have been pulled together to sort of behave in a similar manner and discuss ramifications and what kind of laws should be put into place. And I'd love to hear anybody's thoughts on that. If there's anyone in the audience that's interested in asking any questions, if I don't have the answers, I will dig those up and respond back. You can always email me. All right. Let's see. Almost on the total opposite, I don't think you could be more perfect in the sense of opposite end of the spectrum. Our second segment that we've got here is TechCrunch reports that Meta is backing a new super PAC with tens of millions of dollars to fight AI regulation at the state level. This is classic lobbying power, and it sets up a tug of war on one side. You've got the UN trying to build a cooperative global framework. On the other, you got one of the biggest tech companies pouring money into politics to block rules before they land. The question is, who really gets to steer this magnificent and terrifying bus of technology and all the ramifications with it? Will it be democratic institutions, or will it be the companies that are building the tools? Again, certainly feel free to send me any questions or concerns that you have dialogue-wise there. And then this is an interesting one. The Los Angeles Times reports, let's see here. Did I skip one here? Oh, no. Okay. Sorry. The Wall Street Journal reports that OpenAI's next rollout of its Sora video generator will train on copyrighted works by default, unless creators and rights holders opt out. So that kind of flips the script. Instead of them asking permission up front, OpenAI is saying, we'll use it unless you stop us. If that feels familiar, it's because we saw the same playbook when Google indexed news sites without consent. We talked about this in our last episode, where news organizations are actually suing Google right now because the little short index clips that they put in there are enough information to where people don't necessarily click the link. The AI parses out the nuts and bolts of the article and summarizes it. And so people don't necessarily click on the link, and that's really where a lot of the media agencies get their business. So that's been sparking a lot of lawsuits from publishers. And so that's kind of a similar thing here with Sora. For those of you that aren't familiar, Sora is actually OpenAI's video editing tool. So images and video and sound. So yeah, now we're not talking about just search snippets. We're talking about entire video styles, music and creative works being ingested into AI. And so if these companies or artists don't opt out, then it will be absorbed and used to train the AI models. And that raises a question: do creators control their work, or do they get the right to file takedown requests after the fact? I think that still stands to be understood. And even then, is it too late? You know, if the stuff's already out there, it's out there. So that one is pretty interesting indeed. And then also related to this, the Los Angeles Times reports that California just passed SB 53, the first state law putting teeth into AI safety. So you can see where this is going right up against the super PAC that Meta is trying to get in front of the ability of states to actually slow progress down in the interest of protection. So if you're an AI company making over $500 million a year with a B, you now have to publish your safety protocols, report incidents, and you can be fined $1 million with an M for failing to comply. That's not pocket change, of course, even for the big players. The question is, will this spark a wave of state-by-state rules, or push Washington to finally step in with a federal framework? Either way, California is planting its flag as the first state saying AI safety isn't optional. It's now a law, which, in my opinion, I think that's good. I mean, I can see that it can add a lot of bureaucracy and red tape, but we're moving pretty darn fast here. And I'm enjoying the technology and having fun playing with it. But it's always in the back of my mind of who's getting hurt in the process, you know, either financially or physically. And there's all kinds of stories out there right now on both fronts related to that, as well as all the positive stuff. Let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, that actually, that I believe wraps us up. We're a little bit short here. My co-host was not able to make it today, so we don't have really any deep dive items to show you guys, which is always a nice part of the segment. As I'm usually running all the equipment and stuff here, I don't have a ton of time to sink my teeth often into a lot of these tools. But we did something neat here at the College of San Mateo last Friday. We actually took over the radio station with a tool called Mix, which allows you, much like a DJ, to real time take over. The platform we use here is Live 365, and in that show, we actually in real time used Suno technology to load in prompts and see what kind of music came up, and that was pretty fascinating. There was 4 of us. One of us is an instructor here who also happens to teach violin and piano, and those are two instruments that she obviously is very, very familiar with. And so when Suno got into those areas, she actually had insight where she was mentioning, yeah, that the resonance on that violin doesn't sound right. And in fact, in one case, she said that violin actually sounds out of tune, which was surprising to me because I would think that the tune would be something that the software would be able to keep solid. I could understand maybe resonance sounding a little artificial. But yeah, we ran that for about an hour and a half. If anybody's interested in that, send me an email. We recorded it, and it was streamed live on the radio station. So I can give you access to that if you're interested. We plan on doing more of that. I think that's a real good way for us to get in and refine what we do so that people get a little more insight. It's really cool, especially when you actually have, musicians that and people that teach musicians to get their insight. That's something that I think that both Ricardo and Rick and I don't have a lot of skill. Neither one of us can carry a tune. So it was nice to have that going there. And it was amazing how fast it could actually produce something based on the prompts that we gave it. You could give it it could make me a song with X number of beats and add vocals to it, either, in at different levels. Could be a high voice or a low voice. And it would do it, whether you liked it or not was one thing, but the fact that it was pulling it off was pretty interesting to follow. So we'll definitely be hopefully following up on that one. And again, go ahead and email me at yourdailyainews@gmail.com if you have any questions on that. And yeah, that's about all I have for an update for you guys here on this very short episode 24. That's a wrap for Your Daily AI News. Thank you so much for joining us and participating. Again, please email us at yourdailyainews@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe on that YouTube site. And when you subscribe, it turns on alerts. And you can also visit us at renegadechronicles.com, and you can RSVP to these events. We put them up a couple days before the actual episode so that you get a reminder. And there's also complimentary blog articles. If you go to the blog section of that website, it's called Reneblog. Kind of tags on the Renegade name there with Rena. And we have the full sort of breakdown of what we cover in each of the episodes. Those are also updated after the fact. So once we get the transcripts from what we discuss and show in the episode live here, we go back and we update those blog articles so that you can reference them. Also, if you'd like to support me, you can. We have merchandise that's available at the store there. It's called Renegear in the top pull down, or you can click on the shirt icon at renegadechronicles.com. We've got coasters, we've got shirts, and we have Zippo lighters that are all branded with the little Renegade Chronicles logo that you can see at the base of the screen that I'm showing right now. And we just fulfilled and shipped and was our first product. So we're really excited about that. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And thank you for joining us. And we'll see you for episode 25. Thank you very much.